And steering today's conversation is someone who has built a community that makes these kinds of mornings possible. Mr. Tarun, right into our morning of ideas and Idli. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Priya. Can you have a round of applause for Anuradha? Alright. I have one ask from all of you guys, which is your claps should be louder than our voice. So can you have another round of claps, please? One more thing, I need to front seats to be filled. So whoever is coming in, please come forward. In the back, please come forward. This is purely for content and photography reasons. So please come. Alright. Wonderful. So Anuradha ji, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Can you have a round of applause again for her, please? Let's give her some energy. She's traveled all the way from Vijayawada for this session to talk to you guys, right? So give her back what she gave us today, yeah? So I'm going to start off with you. Tell us about yourself.
I'm a technology person. I worked with Wipro and Microsoft for around 11 years. Then I took a break. I did my MBA from ISB. Post ISB, I started my own firm, which is Blackbucks. I started in 2013, and we are 12 years old now. It has been a great journey for me, and yeah, it is. Our organization is a blend of both technology and management, which are my backgrounds in, as pre MBA and post MBA. These have been my and it is a really enriching journey, and I welcome all the founders to travel this path. It's a great journey, great learning, and even philosophically, it is enriching yourselves for your probably next janma. Actually, it is really enriching journey for all the entrepreneurs. Solving problems, solving such big problems is a great. It's a blessing to go into this path.
Yeah, no, I think you mentioned a great point, and I can totally resonate with that. Entrepreneurs are the people who build whatever we see around us. This mic has been built by an entrepreneur, right? This plastic bottle, the way it should be, has been built and thought by an entrepreneur, right? So entrepreneurs are people who sort of change the world and make our world a better place. Do you guys agree with that? Raise your hands if you guys agree with it. Okay. So how many entrepreneurs do we have in the room today? How many founders? How many people running their own startups? Okay. How many people thinking of starting up? Oh, nice. Wonderful. We have a wonderful mix. And because Anuradha is from education background, how many students? Who are any students as well? Okay. Guys, you need to get more students in our events. Okay, so great. So you have started this
We are all
journey.
students. All of us are students.
All of us are students. So obviously you love entrepreneurship, you love what you're doing, but we want to know how you got started in this journey, right? What was your thought behind starting Blackbucks?
So, always been working with great talent, whether it be Wipro or Microsoft. The people we used to get, so that in our teams as freshers and graduates, they're all great talent. That's what I thought about it, but they were trained properly before they were deployed onto projects. So after my MBA at ISB, then I started with another firm for a brief time, and that organization is from a politician, and he used to send to me loads and loads of resumes and people to interview, and that's when I was introduced to reality and thousands of people who cannot tell about yourself, or they are coming from for a software programmer role, they cannot write a single line of code. So that is when I got introduced to the reality, and I thought like this is a space where I can really contribute a lot. That's how I started Blackbucks, and slowly the vision has transformed. The vision currently what I hold is like, even today, a student not in the city, even the tier 2, tier 3 places, are not introduced to the best of the system. They do not know the system, how a company, how an organization works, or how a HR interviews that person, or what are the skills that an organization is looking forward from them. So they do not know anything. They are not introduced to the system. They are not given the opportunities. The best opportunities are still available to the tier 1 colleges like the IITs and IIMs. That's where these best opportunities get posted. Even today, when everything is connected, the students don't get, the deserving students don't get. So the vision today for me is opportunities wherever the student is. That's the vision that I have today, and we've been able to be quite successful at this because we saw some people really very rural first time graduates get into top jobs. That's what we have seen. So this been, as I said, this is a noble path that all entrepreneurs are, and we can do lots. What keeps us going also is the same thing actually. You see the difference, how much difference you are making. That keeps us going in spite of all the hardships that you encounter.
No, no, beautifully said. I think what you're doing with Blackbucks is you're shaping these students who are going to shape the world in the future, right? So I think that in itself is a noble cause. People respect teachers for that very reason, right? Because they shape students, and maybe you are also shaping a lot of students who are in these engineering colleges who don't know how to take their next step.
Right.
But I want to go back a little bit. You mentioned that you've studied ISB. You said which year was that?
2009-10. Graduated in 10.
2009-10.
Yeah.
And then after that, you went into a sort of a job where you were facing all these students, and that's where you saw the opportunity.
That was for a year.
Yeah. But what gave you that? What gave you that push, or what made you think that I can be an entrepreneur? While you were doing, I mean, a lot of people are doing jobs, but not everybody has that guts that hey, I can, make a difference in this.
Maybe that starting off our own is a seed that was planted at ISB. Maybe I do not know, but I never had a doubt why I shouldn't do or something like that. So it was natural to me when I saw this problem. I thought like I should start off something to help these students. The students never wanted my help. That's a different story. So I mean, like the truth is that the students really are at fast forward mode. They do not want to get upskilled for what is needed. Quickly give me a job. That's what they want actually. They don't want to really put some effort into it. It is a realization, and entrepreneurs, as you all know, many are entrepreneurs already. The key is in how you pivot. So you have to keep on pivoting. Every entrepreneur knows that, and every day night you sleep with an idea, and that changes. The world changes around you. The world changes next day morning. So the being there, just like I would say, all entrepreneurs, and we should be like that watchdog, like this. What's happening? What's happening? Always looking around, gathering details and understanding what's happening around, finding out your own way to move ahead. So this is what we do every day.
So once you realized that this is what you want to do, build something for these students, what did you do after that? Who did you go and speak to, and what were your first few steps in the first few months?
Okay, it's through connections. So when I decided that it's going to be towards education, at ISB, one of my contact has put me forward to few colleges where he thought like there is a lot of requirement there or support there. That's how they have started, and it was a little bit easy for me probably because of the technology background I have and also the education background, ISB background. The acceptance was quite easy for me when I go to these initial colleges, and even today I see that acceptance is always there. So I didn't struggle much with the acceptance. Yeah.
So do you think, coming from somewhere like an ISB, having that formal education, help you in that getting started journey and now as well? Does that help you?
Definitely that tag helped me. to get that first meetings, and so I don't use it much any longer. So initially it definitely helped me to get those meetings, or yeah.
Yeah, and as an entrepreneur, right, you would use whatever helps you, right? Anybody would use whatever helps them, right? If an ISV thing helps them, then they would use that. For me, I've worked and lived in Australia, so I use that a little bit, but I've done my MBA, I've done other things as well. So people use whatever helps them. And they should, I think, right, to get that first meeting, because it's very hard to get first meeting. It's very hard to close that first client. It's very hard to get that first payment, right? So people should do whatever helps them is what I believe. But moving a little bit on that, right? So you said, okay, you have these connections, you're getting started, you're getting these new things. How did you like establish your company? How did you come up with that name Blackbucks? What were your first few days like after you like sort of formally established it?
Okay. So I remember I was working very hard with the name for the Blackbuck engineers. I started with thinking about how Apple would have come up with the name. So I started thinking about it. Okay, it's fruit. Okay, then I started searching about so many things. Then I finally ended up Blackbucks was state animal for the United Andhra Pradesh. It was the state animal. Even today, it is the state animal for Andhra Pradesh. For Telangana, it is deer. Okay, so that's how the qualities of black bucks too. So many things go into the mind when we start. Definitely, I didn't wanted to put a marketing name, like people name it like skills of upskill and things like that. I don't wanted to use a marketing name. Okay, so for example, say McDonald's. What does McDonald's mean when you say it? Doesn't mean anything related to food, right? When it is or CoKarma doesn't mean anything related to spaces. So I just didn't want to use a marketing name. So I started searching, and finally the qualities of Blackbucks, the speed and all these things together. So I chose Blackbucks.
Yeah, so which qualities of Blackbuck?
So the speed is the
Speed you
main
mentioned,
thing.
which is
The speed and arrogance. So these are the things that I thought. Yeah.
amazing. So let's come a little bit more on you, right? So what were some of the things in your childhood that sort of helped you throughout your life and is helping you in your entrepreneurial journey? Can you share some stories?
That's definitely there because my mom discontinued her MBBS, her degree into medicine. She discontinued, and then she was never happy with this discontinuing. So she started tuitions to the children around. Even today, she is around 75 years old. She keeps teaching the Hindi students Telugu because Telugu is mandatory for the schools in the schools. So in the apartments, she keeps teaching the Hindi children Telugu. Okay, so she started this teaching. Okay, so probably that's there in my mind, which guided me to education and edtech. So probably that's there in my mind always.
Yeah, so some qualities from your mother, and see how long it has come, right? From your mother being a teacher,
Yeah,
to you educating thousands and thousands of students to Blackbuck.
yeah. Her specialty was people who used to fail. Pass that. That's what her specialty was actually. And yeah, probably that was in my mind when I
See how
started.
that translated, right? This is destiny. So she used to teach students who are failing or not doing well, and you people who are students who are not able to communicate or do well in their engineering, you're training them.
Yeah, maybe actually. You pointed out. I didn't realize it actually. Yeah.
Wonderful. When I was looking at some of your videos, you also mentioned the importance of you coming from a middle class family
Right.
and how coming from a middle class family sort of helps entrepreneurs and how they should like sort of
Lots.
carry. So can you tell some stories around that?
I mean, like that's middle class, not only in India, across have certain values. Like, say, for example, I'm really struggling how I have to move this company, how I have to take this. So, what keeps me going is I've given a word to somebody. I've given a word to this. These students are looking up to me, or this college is looking up to me. So I cannot stop. I have to keep going. Giving a word and keeping up to the word. So certain small things like that, which you really don't realize, have all come from middle class. Keeping up to, or all our parents, teachers like to ace the exam. Okay, to ace the exam, not give all the resources they have to help us grow. So all these things which are imbibed into us, we don't even realize why we act in the way we act. Some of them will not be rational decisions actually. They are they just come from values. So these are the things that definitely the coming from middle class helps us.
Yeah, no, you rightly mentioned, right? So for people from middle class, right, their word is more important than the contract that they sign.
जान जाए मान न जाए.
How many people from middle class here? I guess everyone's almost like from middle class, yeah? So I think a lot of people can relate to
Yes.
a lot of things that you're saying there. So from a middle class family, mother is a teacher, and then you finished ISB, started this company, right? What happened after you started your company? How did you build your first set of team members, and how did you build your first set of clients? So let's start with team members. How did you build your first set of team members?
So just like how I got these first um, the first companies, those are also by reference. I said like I initially worked for a brief duration in another organization. So the people who are working there, reference their cousins, brothers, sisters. So they referred few people and they joined me, and that's where we started. Not the, I started and always had people fresh from college working with me, not the seniors. We have seniors, we started recruiting from past 3-4 years, we started recruiting people with mm, quite some experience, but I always thought like it's easier to mold freshers into your vision than people who are already experienced.
So what do you look for? What do you look in people when you're trying to hire them, right? So when you're looking at a pressure, it's very hard, especially with the Gen Z, population that we have now. People feel a lot of challenges. So what do you look for in people when you're trying to hire?
I just look whether the person is a go-getter. I will figure out. That's the answer I wanted. I don't need their real. Probably if I'm hiring a software engineer, I don't look too much into their portfolio, but I definitely try to understand whether they understand computer science as a subject. They can understand algorithms. This is what I look for, and I just want to see whether this person will figure out, is a go-getter and will figure out, will not restrict to small things like only this. Because it's a startup, you want a team member who can actually extend their role a little bit more than what they are assigned. Don't think too much about I'm given only this work, I'll do only this one. Work-life balance is almost cannot offer. So a startup or entrepreneur, a startup cannot offer work-life balance.
Why is that? Why do you think in a startup world you can't expect a work-life balance? Why is giving the 100-200% important?
It is very important because a startup or something that's growing, not even a startup, even if it is growing, you need people who are frugal. That means very little money and huge results. So this is what you want actually. So your mind is always working about this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. So we want such people who can always think about how you can spot opportunities, where you find opportunities in places where you don't probably expect to find opportunities. So that mindset of always looking out for opportunities and extending yourself. No, I close my laptop at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock and leave. That won't work. That person should definitely share your passion, share your vision, and enjoy that growth. Enjoy the work.
Enjoy the process of growing that company from
Yes.
nothing to
Yeah.
something, right?
No, nobody likes. I mean, like there might be people who like it, but no. If you are into trekking, You don't like you to be pulled by a helicopter and put it on the top of the cliff, top on the Everest. You don't want. You enjoy the process of climbing it, right? Probably it's if you call that person, you can't understand that person who is climbing with no oxygen and it's so difficult to climb that mountain. If you are thinking that person has some issues in the mind, then entrepreneurs also have issues in the mind. They don't want to be taken and put in a very big place. Probably you get $1 billion investment and all. That entrepreneur wouldn't know what to do about it. That person wants to enjoy the process of growth. There might come a time where you will get that much of investment. But if you get that investment even before this travel, with this journey, then I don't think that will give enough satisfaction to the entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think that's a very beautiful analogy if I can relate to it, right? So the whole process is about finding your strength and your best abilities.
Right.
Like whether I can climb this or not. Don't put me there in an helicopter. Whether I can climb this or not, how much strength do I have? Can I walk so much or not? And can I get these team members along with me as well or not?
Yes.
Right? And for them as well, right? Can I follow this path? Can I lead this path along with the company that I'm going? Right?
Yeah. So for founders, I would say as a follow-up to this question, although entrepreneurs founders, how much ever big you become, hiring should be, you don't outsource to anybody else. You should hire the person. You should understand how the team member will come and assimilate into your process. So I think even Mark Zuckerberg, even today, is very much into hiring. He has to select the person for their job. So that's really very important.
Startup journey, right? There's always a lot of ups and downs, and then team members struggling, we struggling, right? So in times when your team is like a little demotivated, how do you motivate them? How do you get the best out of them still?
They never expressed me such demotivation. So actually, it's a very action-oriented firm. We have a very action-oriented firm. There is always action going. For what purpose they will be demotivated? I don't see much of demotivation. There is always action going on. If
Maybe just seeing you in action, everybody gets motivated by it.
Yeah, they have enough in hand. Something is not working, something else is working. So that's okay. Yeah, sometimes happens. Yeah, recently I thought like something has happened which somebody was sad about it. Then I said that's okay, not that something else is fine.
Okay, great. So you have a team, that is supporting, but businesses have different functions, right? So there's a finance function, there is an HR function, there are other functions, hiring function, as you said, right? Getting clients, sales, operations. So there are different functions in any business. So how do you manage these functions? Do you have co-founders or do you have like a leadership team that helps you? What are your tips?
So in fact, whoever joins us is a leadership team. Okay, well, I think like this model probably few of you have to consider. What we have done is we have just the core team who can put multiple hats with us. The rest we actually outsource. Lot of things we outsource to external vendors and we manage them. So we do not do everything in-house. So we want to over period also, we probably would not scale ourselves more than maybe 100, we'll never scale more than 100. Whoever is internal is a leader and they can put multiple hats. So even if it is, say, for example, we have just registered for SME IPO. So you talked about finance. So we registered for SME IPO. So at least 7 to 8 people are all involved in it in our organization. No, none of them are finance people. So, but still they try to understand what it is, what are the problems, what should we do next, how should we. So everybody knows about it. So all the people, at least 10 of them, I would say, are know what kind of how we have to, what's our vision, what are our next steps, what we should do related to finance, what kind of people we have to hire. So all these things are pretty much laid properly, and everybody participates in it. But as I said, there is external CA firm which helps for finance, and we have a HR, and we take help of other recruitment agencies for hiring. So we outsource a lot of stuff. Another thing why we outsource is I believe that a firm grows when they bring up other firms. So that's a strong belief for me. So we have externally lots of agencies, and because of this openness, we also get lot of inquiries about franchises. So, a lot of tier 2, tier 3 cities, we get inquiries about franchising, especially because we have two masterpiece uh, tech products that we sell to colleges and universities. And they are AI analytics based. Most of the institutes, training institutes, and them don't have any such products. They don't use systems. They just come, somebody comes and trains and leaves. So we have been getting a lot of inquiries about. So this is the openness, and the principle is strongly laid. Everybody knows in the company that we grow when we pull others up. Yeah, so that's how.
Amazing. So, we at CoKarma, we feel that sales is something that we can't outsource, and customer delight or customer service is something that we can't outsource. So there are certain functions that we feel that we can never outsource, and we will never outsource. So, how does a business decide what functions to outsource and what not to outsource?
What we didn't outsource is exactly the same thing sales is with us. Though we have franchises, as we said, those people will become resellers for us. Uh, but sales directly to colleges, we don't outsource. And then second thing is what we don't, as you said, customer delight. We call it account management. We don't outsource that. Each account, we have an account manager who takes care of each account. What should be their path? So they almost become like the university's office. We almost become like the university's office who plan the growth. What we do is our system, briefly for the people who are leaving, what are our systems? So what we do is we provide digital infrastructure to colleges and universities. So colleges and universities have beautiful or sometimes really outdated infrastructure, but they do not have digital infrastructure. Not even the biggest universities. They don't have the digital. What is digital infrastructure? One is we have something called virtual programming labs with artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, all the new technologies that are coming. With the desktops that they have, the student can never practice. They are all outdated desktops. So we provided them a cloud-based SaaS infrastructure, and in this, what they can do is it is such beautifully designed product where the student can write down the algorithm and draw a flowchart, write the code, and also take the vivos. And while he is writing the code in whatever language it may be, it has hidden text cases. What you know about the students don't go through test cases until an external vendor comes in the last final year just before their placements. They do not know the concept of testing. They just write the code and it gives result. If 2 plus 4 is 10, it still passes because there is no syntax error. Okay, so that's what the students, and in the end they write the code with pen and paper in a record in 2025. So what we have provided is a complete infrastructure for their labs, and they don't need to buy new desktops. And for in some places where they have said that our students cannot buy this, this is yearly 1,000 rupees to buy this virtual infrastructure. Even that many colleges says our students can't buy. For them, we have even delivered desktop infrastructure. The student can use their laptop at the college desktop. Desktop, like just like our Word, or everybody might be knowing what is desktop version. We give them desktop version. This is virtual programming labs that we have. And second one we have is the entire employability suite. So the student starts right with an assessment. This is assessment based learning. The student starts with an assessment, and the AI finds out what are the topics the student is really bad at, where he is struggling or where she is struggling. It gives an entire path of learning path, and then the student writes an employability test month over month and can see a school child kind of how he is improving month over month with their issues. That's one thing. And it is a learning management system. Lot of learning is there on that. Certifications, micro credentials, AI based learning. There are a lot of things. It's a complete suite. I mean, like even the student can stand before it. It's a smart interview and answer the questions, and then it will give a structure on how it should be answered. So this entire digital infrastructure we sell to the colleges. Okay, that's our main business. So the colleges still don't know how to use it. We came here about the account management. The colleges still don't use it. So don't know how to use it. So even that we take up. What we do is we sit with the college, plan for them for the month. For band A students, it bands the students. Band A plus plus students, this is the learning path. Band A students, band B students, these are the learning path. This is what we give to the student. This takes so much of energy because the college doesn't do what they have to do. So that's what our account managers do for each university college. They'll design entire learning process that we don't outsource because nobody can do that kind of intervention to the college. Why should anybody bother? What you tell, we'll do. But for us, we'll have to, because they don't understand what's the importance of this. We will have to do all these things, show them before, after. Before, the student is like this. Your college results are like this. After, the college results are like this. We will have to show this consultative kind of improvement for the students. So we don't outsource that part.
Wonderful. Looks like great technology. When we were growing up, if we had to go to our computer labs, we had to take out our chappals and shoes, and does that still happen in colleges?
I think, yeah, it happens.
Okay. Wonderful. So, great technology that you're building. You also mentioned SME IPO. How many people here know what an SME IPO is? Very good. Can you tell us what that is and your vision behind that?
Okay, so once your paid up capital is at reasonable level, say 5 crores is your paid up capital, you can start thinking about it. Okay, it will take 2 to 3 years for this journey.
Paid up capital? Who knows paid up capital?
Yeah, once you register your company, you'll know. So you register your company, you'll know the paid up capital, and which you can convert into shares. How much of your capital you can convert into shares. Okay, so once you have this 5 crores is what you will have to see the paid up capital. Once you have, so everybody starts with probably 10 lakhs or so paid up capital. So once it is 5 crores and you think like I am ready for SME IPO, what you can onboard an agent who can do this for you, but we cannot do it on our own. Those as founders, everybody thinks we'll do everything on our own. For this part, you should have some agency. So you have to onboard them and you have to digitize your shares. You have to decide, say 20% of my shares I am going to sell. Okay. So you digitize your shares and it is a great alternate method of raising funds. Because once a VC is onboarded, VC has their own mind, they will move you into different directions. And in fact, many VCs have killed very good startups. Okay, so if you want to stand on your own and take your organization by yourself, this is a great path. Okay, the entire still the control will be with you because your shares are with multiple people. Nobody will be asking you to move in a particular direction. Okay, so we chose this path, IPO path. We chose SME IPO over the next 2 years. We are already 1 year into it. So next 2 years, I am planning it might be more than SME IPO. Probably we may go for a mainstream IPO. Okay. That's how you can. So pre-IPO shares also you can sell. That's another way of raising your funds. Once you are at a decent position and you think that you are open for, and you can see, okay, now there is no looking back. I'm going to shoot to the biggest one. That's the point. You can start selling your IPO, pre-IPO shares. I'm really careful about it because whoever trusts us, we shouldn't. Many people who sell their pre-IPO shares haven't gone for IPO, so I don't want to be that person. So think about it, and once you are thinking like, okay, there is good pipeline for me, then you can go for this, and you can sell. That is how you can raise your funds too. 2 years, 3 years beforehand, you can raise your funds. And let's say, and then when you get that confidence, just like me, you can also think why SME IPO, I can go for the mainstream IPO.
Yeah. So SME IPO, basically you need 5 crores of paid up capital. You part of your company. So in your case, you say 20% of your company you are liquidating to public. So people like these can buy shares once that IPO is up and become a part of the journey. Is it? Wonderful. Great. I think a lot of founders have this dream of going IPO and very few can fulfill, and we have one sitting with us. Yeah. So I think total honor, and respect to you to get to that part. So where is the company now, and what is it going to become in the next 5 years?
So we are at 250 crore and 20% we are getting. And
250 crore revenue valuation.
No, it is a valuation.
Okay.
See, actually, valuation by ourselves can be anything. We can make ourselves 2,000 crores or 3,000 crores. By ourselves doesn't matter much. Whatever the CA tells and whatever SEBI and other guidelines agree, that's what is 250 crores. And we at 250 crores too. By the time of IPO, we plan to be around 2,000 valuation.
I didn't hear any applause. I mean, 1,000 crore. Who here would like to build a 1,000 crore?
I mean, like, I didn't start with vision to become 2,000 crore things like that. Most of the women don't think on these terms. Most of the women founders, if they are here, they don't think in these terms. But as I said, even if you don't think, once you start and you are in the direction, system will push you in the direction. And anybody, when you start and stick on to that, I think very soon, probably some people in 3 years, some people in 5 years, you are too smart, come from a business family very fast. Probably in 2 years, you can start off thinking about that. Yeah, it becomes, it also is from where you come, right? So I come from, say, my dad is bank manager, and I come from services background, and I myself was in service for 11 years. So from all these things, I'm not from a business background, so I took quite some time. But if your parents are around you, there are a lot of business people. That's how these spaces help. If one person is already in that direction, other people can quickly pick up. Actually, so being in spaces is really good. Actually, and that where such information spreads very fast. That's how you can become.
Yeah, so if you don't have a space already at CoKarma, you heard her. Yeah? So I want to understand where you get your motivation from. Like you mentioned Mark Zuckerberg, Apple, your family, but how does Anuradha get motivated every single day to do what she does?
I think all entrepreneurs, because most of them are here, they might agree it is a psychological issue.
It's slightly crazy, huh?
It's a psychological issue that probably I think and might be true. Though all founders look humble and grounded, they have an internal ego. Their internal ego that they think that they can really prove they are really big, they can do big things. So this is what keeps you going. That you wanted to make a space of your own in this world. Maybe that's what I have.
An innate desire to do something big and leave a legacy, right?
Yeah.
Create something of your own. Wonderful. How does a typical day look like? What do you do after you get up, and then during your day, and then?
It's Blackbucks is my work actually, and everything else is a distraction for me. So I really like what I'm doing. It's people say, probably entrepreneurs and founders can agree about it. People say find your passion, or I think like most of the entrepreneurs or founders or even top performers in any organization, they do any work passionately. It's not that finding a passion. Doing any work passionately is the key, is what I think. And all the work I do, I do even posters, I do marketing, I go to colleges for sales, I go to governments, and I do all sorts of things and everything I like. Nothing that I don't like. One thing I don't like, because many places where I go, first I have to hear a lot of things like their achievements. So they start with their prizes in their school and keep telling me so much about it. So let's talk what we need to do now. What I need, let's talk.
Interesting. Okay, so you mentioned you pointed out to women founders. You've been a woman founder all this while. How long have you been running this company for? How many years has it been? 12 years of Blackbuck. So, what are some challenges that you face as a woman founder, and what is your advice to some of the women founders here?
Yeah, one thing, though most of the challenges are similar for all of us, as women founder, there are a couple of things I can mention. One is that I'm not very comfortable meeting people outside for lunch and for drinks and things like that. That's where deals happen. So deals happen very much over dinners and drinks. I'm not very comfortable, though I have team. They will take that. Initially, it was a problem for me because I was not comfortable going, but once team were able to take it up, join, so it was okay. So that's one thing which was a problem for me initially. But the second most important thing, even today is that people don't believe I'm the founder. They don't at all believe the founder. Who else is there? Who else? Who else? This question I get every single time, every week. And even I'm the founder, people think I'm just putting money. They don't think I'm the designer, I'm the architect of these fantastic products. They never believe that actually. They still think, probably they might think in their mind, I'm stealing somebody's work in my office. No, I did this work. I designed the screens. Okay, and even technology wise, actually, from the desktop media, which I have explained, I've consulted so many people because I don't want to put all my effort into that. I consulted so many people, please make a desktop version. This cloud version, convert it to desktop version. Because remote colleges cannot buy this. Many of the architects who are senior architects at Oracle and very big people, they said, find out better way of dealing with the finances with the cloud companies. Nobody encouraged me to do a desktop version. We designed a desktop version with freshers. That is, I mean, like I show them to all the architects who rejected it. It is such a innovative product which we are patenting also. But nobody believes I'm technical. Nobody believes I am the founder. That I get hurt every time.
Interesting. So, as a woman founder, you always have to constantly prove that
Yes.
you're the one who is doing all of this work that you see, right? As a woman founder, you have to always prove that you are the one who is doing all the beautiful work that you see,
Yes.
right? All the products that these students are using,
Yes.
all the benefits that these colleges are getting, all the paychecks that these parents are enjoying from their kids, right?
Yeah. Let's not take about the pictures. Once they are there, there. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, for you, right, how important is it to have a support structure around you? Like, what's your like family like? What's your support structure?
Yeah, that's very important. Or because founders or entrepreneurs are there, they are like bullish about their work. Whether they have support structure or not, they just push through. I have a good support structure, but I also saw that most of the founders, even if they don't have a but coming to this support structure, my parents, we were, when I started the company, me, my husband, my two kids, everybody, we were living with our parents together. So most of the support came from them because they took care of the entire thing like that. And everybody was supportive. Sometimes they were angry too because after ISB, after I started this company, I was talking about some medical education. What do you want to become a doctor or what do you want? What is still left? So they sometimes angry, but they're very supportive. My husband is very supportive. At the moment, he looks into the finances. There are a lot of things that regulatory you have to take care. The GST, invoices, all these things. He helps me in that aspect. He also helps me in related to the IPO thing. Yes. So support system is really the relief of so many things, especially women and if they are young moms. So they have a lot of things that people back. So but mine is divided between work and home. Actually. So they really go through, but I don't know anybody who is just walked through a beautiful sari carpet. Everybody has to go through their own hardships.
So, how do you enjoy yourself? Like, how do you take out time for yourselves, your family? What do you enjoy?
I would say I enjoy work. Well, I mean, like, it really gives me a lot of happiness when I see some new feature working. So that research about what should be the dashboard, how does the dashboard look like, things like that, all those are my entertainment. Okay, so I really can't say that I enjoy something. Yeah, I enjoy good hotels and spaces like this. So I travel a lot. When we travel a lot, say I've been to Rajasthan, Punjab, and a lot of places between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, which we all go to. I go to these places. I like the sunset, sunrise, the mountains, everything. I like all these places. That's what I always think to again myself. Okay, this is what keeps me sane. I can, in that moment, I can enjoy the sky, moon, and nothing bothers me at that moment. And apart from that, what keeps me sane is I draw. So I enjoy drawing sometimes. That also enjoy. Cooking also enjoy. Cooking not for children packing their, that's not enjoyable. Packing their bag boxes and all is not enjoyable. Cooking for the sake of enjoyment only is enjoyable. So that I like. So there are some things that keep me safe, and many of the things which, because I define my life, I define when I want to cook, when I want to travel. Probably that's the thing why I don't have a lot of stress. But all the things I do enjoy.
So, entrepreneurship gives you that independence to decide when to take a break and when to go full swing. Wonderful. So, I have two final questions. I have a zillion questions, but I want to make it interactive for the audience and let them ask some questions as well. My final two questions. One is any final pieces of advice for everybody who are just starting their what in the early stages of their entrepreneurship journey.
See, so if many of you know Telugu, there are two things. One is um, Nidaname Pravanam. That means go slow. Another one is Alasin Amrutam Mission. That means if you go slow or if you delay, then even Amrutam becomes mission. So there are two sayings. So you have to take whichever saying is applicable to you. So, CoKarma can arrange lots of meetings. You have to pick what applies to you, what is with your personality, what gels with your personality. That is what you have to pick up. But beyond everything, sticking to it is what makes you successful. Because even if you see some actors who were not successful in 90s are now coming into limelight. You just have to be sticking there. That's it. Nothing.
Just hang in there, huh?
Yeah, you just be sticking there and just try to sustain, try to remain there even after so many, failures, whatever you call failures, setback. You get setbacks and things like that. You just try to be going on that. One day, even depending on where we start, even the universe tests you. Some people have fewer tests, some people have bigger, longer tests. So just you have to handle that.
Awesome. And now because we are at Ideas Over Italy, we want to know what your favorite food is.
For favorite food, I enjoy the breakfast part of it more than anything. Even with this, as I said, I like my travels. The big part of what I enjoy in travels is the free breakfast. And this free breakfast is so the spread is so big actually. At least in the five-star hotels, the spread is so big. I like everything, and I feel guilty if I leave anything. So I like whatever we have in breakfast, idlis, dosas. Not only that, even the western breakfast, the croissants, or everything related to the breakfast, I make that a main course. I like those things.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any questions from the audience? There's one, yeah. We'll take quick 2, 3 questions, yeah.
So first of all, thank you, Tarun, and the CoKarma team for arranging this session for us Saturday morning. Thank you for having all of us here. I have one question, right? You mentioned about SME and you mentioned about the name Blackbucks. I'm guessing you might be already knowing, right? It is a public company, Zinka Logistics, which recently listed on exchange a few months back with the symbol name as Blackbucks. Because when I saw this post and I started searching, the first listing or the first Google search is also there inside. Right? So I don't know who came with this name first, or you planning to sue them with the name or like
No, nobody can sue it actually. I tried it. We started in 2013, right? And Blackbuck started somewhere 2016 or 17. The Blackbuck Logistics have started. So I wrote to them. We have a common friend in LinkedIn who is my ISB classmate. Through him, we asked him. We already have this name because you are Zinka Logistics. Why don't you go with Zinka? They never answered, but that's fine. Let them be Blackbuck. We are Blackbucks.
With an S.
Yeah.
the question I wanted to ask was, right? So the product which are is mainly for colleges, training students, and making them more employable. What I understand, right? Giving them all the skill set so that when they go to the actual career, they are already employment ready. Ready for that. Right? But now with this AI coming up with this tool, and what we are hearing in the market, the trends where the economy is going, right? Many companies are finding it difficult to work with freshers. One, because of whatever Gen Z people hearing. Second, because all the early level, right? AI is coming very self-driven, whether it's say coding, activity, or everything. So people who are already having few years of experience, maybe they're still adding value to the organization, but the pressure kind of work is very repetitive, and there people companies are also replacing them with the agents and all that. Right? So how do you see the work culture getting shaped? Because you are the kind of students you are training in the for the entry level,
Correct.
right? And that's where they are having natural movement and replacing those jobs areas. How do you see this shift?
So AI is going to have impact everywhere, even for the middle managers or people with experience and so on. Even we have observed that the interviews have changed. If you are interviewing, probably you'll resonate with this. They are not interviewing the student to write the code. What they are asking, write me a prompt which will give me the right code. write the prompt effectively. That's it. So in our assessments, we have added a section for prompting. Okay, so that's also there. Everything will change. The assessment quality, assessment type. So because I think nobody has added this, we have already added a prompting assessment for the student. And what will the number of coding jobs will drastically reduce. What is going to come? Somebody was asking me just before this. What is going to be a future is more human driven. So experience economy is one thing. We have to prepare students for the experience economy, be able to create experiences to people. Okay, and then experience and hospitality. Second one is tourism is picking a lot. And third one is wellness, health and wellness. That's picking a lot. There are now domains that are picking, and the knowledge that they gain in school or college, the coding or whatever is going to be just like your 10th class, you have to complete this, understand how systems work and things. That's it. Now students have to build over it. They'll have to know a lot about the domains, finance and things like that. So it is going to be human centric going forward, and we are gearing up for that. Given that academics always should be strong, they should know coding. They still have to understand how systems work, how computers work, all these things, how GPUs work, how cloud should work. So all that should be there still. And on that we'll have to build more.
Thank you. One last thing, any plans to sell your pre-IPO shares you mentioned?
We are selling pre-IPO shares actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank CoKarma for hosting such a great session. It's been very wonderful. So we did not role from the just one first thing I would like to thank it has been a very wonderful session. The good point that I like about whatever journey you shared is that you're being very grounded and honest and disciplined. Because the startup owners are lost in their own zone, they come up with some schemes which look like Ponzi schemes sometimes. You see the history of that, I'm not trying to blame anyone, but they come from a zone which is very unrelatable or something. But what you're making is like very profound impact on the education and also on the students. Which is very commendable. So my question is like I have two questions. Right? What do you think about AI? Is it good, bad, or wonderful, or what it's going to do with the employment? And the second question that I have is, I've been meeting people from CIT, MGIT, and they're going to come from rural background. Do you think that English language education is a barrier for understanding and growth opportunities?
Yes.
Is that right?
So the first question, AI, good, bad, and everything, whatever qualities it brings, we have no option. We'll have to utilize, start using it in whatever way it throws on to us. See, computer has started just saying that it is for calculations purpose. But for what we are using, communication, watching movies, listening music, and everything, running business, everything. So how AI is going to transform itself? We do not know. It depends on entrepreneurs like all of you sitting here, how we are going to change the world with AI. There is nothing that we can do about it, just like how we have adopted computers, we have to adopt artificial intelligence. For immediately, people are not able to predict what the student has to learn so that they can get a career, get a job. That is a difficult answer, nobody can say. But one thing is for sure, if the student is getting into a human-centered domain, that's where their career would be. So they'll have to pick a human-centered domain and stick on to that. That's the answer for artificial intelligence question. The second question is what was the question about this?
I've seen the medium of instruction is English.
That is a great problem for the students. In our the product, our product name is Tap. In Tap there is also English lab where student can practice listening, speaking, reading, writing. We call it LSRW. The students, but that's a major problem. Many students from tier 2, tier 3, not even rural, tier 2 cities also fail when they stand in competition with a city student in the interview. In the written test, in the coding test, they might get 100%. Many of them get 100% in the coding assessments. In the interview, the city student is always chosen over the rural student, even the tier 2 student. So that's a great gap. It's not just about the English. Maybe many founders like yourself would be tolerant with people from tier 2, tier 3 cities, but their exposure, they don't have enough exposure to where the world is going, what is happening around, how the corporates work, how you have to dress, how you have to put yourself forward to an interviewer. They fail at many aspects. So we have LSRW also interview training all in AI, not individual. Individually, we charge high because human aspect is involved and we'll also have to pay them. But it is all in AI. Students can utilize that. If somebody wants, we have created infrastructure. If that person wants to really excel in any career-based interviews, they can excel. That infrastructure they have, they can use it. It depends on the student and the college how much they can use. They want to use it.
Absolutely true. Like, we need more, they need more of mentorship. And one last question I ask, don't you think we need to have more human centric approach to the curriculum that we have? Because I've been into a lot of colleges. It's just that maybe I'm not sure about the foreign education that we have been abroad. If you see in particular, like we are so focused on the programming or mathematics and sciences and STEM programming. Somewhere I feel that there is some sort of human element missing in the whole curriculum. It's like a program thing. You go to Narayana College, you study BTech, then you get an MBA from IIM, then you're like, it's like a very straight line. I always felt that gap missing.
That is where the difference is. That also students pick up when they're exposed. That's what IIT brings. Say IIT also brings a lot of students from tier 2, tier 3 cities, towns. But the student transforms in IIT not because of the professor, but because of the exposure they have. So many external people come and deliver lectures. That's how people can change, and that is a great gap, definitely, which has to be improved. That can be improved only through exposure. How the student mind is actually bubbling, bursting. Actually, so you just expose them to good things, they'll just pick it up actually. So that this the colleges don't do. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.